parce qu'il fallait une...
The past 100 years or so, we don't even see people who are dying. People die in hospitals. It used to be people died at home. Now it's more of a mystery and associated with hospitals and pain.
Isn't death painful though?
Dying is not painful. Disease is painful. My name is Shatzi. When I was younger, people called me Shatzi. I did not like it. Shatzi in German means sweetheart, and Yiddish it means little treasure, and I didn't like it when I was younger.
Shatzi, Shatzi, I call you Shatzi 'cause I love you so.
I was born in Brooklyn in 1930. I'm 88 years old. It's interesting to grow old. Sometimes it feels very bizarre. I'm 88 years old. How could that be? How did that happen? Other times I feel like, oh my God, I'm so old. I was a registered nurse for 47 years. In nursing, the two things that interested me the most was coming into the world and leaving the world. I went through a whole process of being afraid of dying, just like most people. I had a funeral about 5 months ago. A funeral is a funeral while I was still alive. And the reason I decided to do that is because I wanted to share with people my process of what I went through and to help people to recognize that you can talk about death and dying and you can study it. And it was written up in the New York Times and I've become somewhat of a celebrity. People said they had a lot of fun. I had a full-size cardboard biodegradable coffin that people decorated. I had markers and glitter and pictures. I sing with the Brooklyn Women's Chorus, and the chorus came and we sang a bunch of songs and people loved it. My favorite song of all is over 100 years old. It's called Hard Times. People have always been afraid of death, of the unknown. I've been having a death cafe for over a year now, and a death cafe is a group of people coming together and talking about death and dying. And it started in Europe. Now there are hundreds all over the world.
Because we do know that we will all have an end of life. We just don't know when and how that will appear. And I don't tell you you need to believe in this.
I deviated a little bit because the traditional one is that there is no agenda, but I would start my death cafe with an agenda. Let's talk about doctor-assisted suicide. Let's talk about whatever. To me, the work that needs to be done is early work. People, when they're younger, coming together, whether at death cafes or whatever, and becoming more familiar, feeling more comfortable with the prospect of dying. The body knows how to die. But when you bombard it with all that stuff, you mess it up. So it doesn't just die, it gets dragged out so that the dying process is dragged out and the suffering is dragged out. Doctors don't explain that to people, and people want to live longer.
Where you don't know whose hands you're going to end up in, even for a little while, is scary.
When I die,
If I ask how you would like to die?
I have very strong feelings of how I would like to die. I wish I could control it. I know I can't, but what I would like is to die here in my bed, to be in my bed, and to know I'm dying, not to die of a heart attack or, to suddenly. I'm so curious about it. I want to experience the dying process. And I want to have time for my friends to come and say goodbye. And I have a bequeath list. If you notice, all the things have little tags on them with people's names So people have selected what they like of my stuff because I'm very attached to my stuff. So I want them to go to happy homes where people will take good care of them. And when I actually do die, when I die, I'm going to be in a gown that I just bought a few days ago, a very pretty cotton white gown. And then I'm going to be wrapped in a shroud, and all cotton. It's a tablecloth, actually. It's beautiful. And that's going to be my shroud. I'm going to be buried in the woods, and I feel so much better than what I originally was going to be cremated. My body will deteriorate, and it will nourish the soil, and something will grow. Grass, a tree maybe, flowers maybe. You know, my body is just so precious at this point, and it's going to bring life into this world. So that really helped me to change my attitude towards death and dying enormously. I feel like I'm really educating people, and that feels very good. I'm very passionate about helping people become more comfortable with the whole process.
So we will share it. So thank you all for coming.
Thank you for coming.
When is the next one?
It is the first.
Dying is not the end of life, it's the fulfillment of life. I suspect I'm going to be sad because I don't want to die. I have too much to do, and life is too interesting, so I'd rather not die, but so I'll be sad, and I'll probably be angry that I'm dying, and I'll probably be afraid. I think I'll go through all those emotions, but hopefully I'll reach a point of acceptance and tranquility.